Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
Yeah, this a West Coast vibe too.
It is a West Coast vibe.
You know what I'm saying?
We on our rustle, our grind and our hustle.
Yeah, this put me in a good mood automatically.
Yeah, this some top down music. You got a top down this joint.
Clock it.
We here, baby.
Time to clock in, baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Let it ride, man. I hope y'all be grooving to these beats. Cause I know when I play it back, I be vibing.
Oh, you already know.
I be vibing. Yes, sir. We got the whole team here, you already know.
We on our rustle, our grind and our
Russell
hustle.
in the building. Nico. Andrew. KCQ. What up?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's
Hey,
go.
man,
Let's keep
here.
it going.
Federico in the building.
You already know I'm here. You already know I'm here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Episode 54. That's a linebacker number, so you know we hitting hard today.
Yes,
You know we hitting hard today. Yes, sir. As always, appreciate y'all, man. You know, you still rocking with us. Those who fell off. We're not going to lose here, so, you know. We'll welcome y'all back.
Clock in. Clock in.
Let's get it. That's tough.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Shout out to E, man.
That was
Shout
tough.
out to Gress for the beat.
That was tough. That was real tough.
Top one intro in the podcast game.
Yeah, I mean,
Top one.
at this
man.
point, you know, it's a standard. So
We need to create like our own like Google search for top podcast intros, so we could, you know what I'm saying, just get our name out there.
Nobody be rocking like that, man.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's
rocking
just
like
us,
that.
for real. We have the podcast theme song, and then we have the
Yeah,
see,
Two
it's
vibes.
levels, man.
2 vibes.
Because the podcast intro song is top 5.
Facts.
Shout out to Joe Day and Denzel Weaver, man. Zell was cooking something up too. Zell always cooking something up, man.
Yeah, that kid.
Shout out to Zell.
Tough,
But
dog.
yeah, man. Episode 54. Co-host here, Marshall Hamilton, aka Cedrico.
What up? What up?
Federico.
Clear my throat real quick. The other co-host, Austin Hamilton here, aka
Here with my brothers again.
Amen.
I just want to say I'm glad, I'm happy, and I'm blessed.
Bless, man.
Here we are. Well, let's get right into the segments, brother.
Yeah, I love that part. Let's get right into the
Let's
segment.
get right into it, man.
I'm blessed, man.
For those who don't know, my middle name is Cedric. So that's why, you know, they added the O because I get spicy with it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm from Herndon, so you know.
MC.
Yeah,
That's a cool little nick. MC.
MC Ham.
That's kind of cool.
MC Hamilton.
I don't know why we never thought about that.
Somebody put that in my middle school yearbook, like instead of MC Hammer, MC Hamilton.
Yeah, I just really seriously. That just dawned on me. Like that's a legit
It's
nickname.
a tough nick. Yeah, because I've
MC
been
Ham.
saying it for a minute. Like I don't really have a nicknameable name. Like Marshall, you can't really come up with cool nicknames.
Marshmallow. I remember they used to call it.
Martian. Marsha. That was the worst. You know, the Brady Bunch joint. I hated that.
That's cool.
I hated that. But yeah, you can't really do much. The best nickname I have is My man Jersey and Nug called me 5. That was my
college number.
That was my college and high school number.
Yeah. Did you all used to wear a 3 though, right? To a certain.
I wore 3. I think like 1 year. I would have worn it my junior year. I don't know if you remember this, but Nico, but junior year they passed out practice jerseys, and I had number 3. And this is 08. Oh, actually, fall of 07. And I'm like, bet, like I'm about to wear number 3 because I think 5 got taken by Mikhail.
That's what I was thinking. Like Mick wore 5.
Yeah, Mick wore 5.
What did you wear your junior year?
I ended up wearing 11 because of Scott. Because they took 3 away from me because of Scotty.
Yeah.
You probably don't.
I tried to wear 3 on the freshman team. Actually, I did wear 3. Like I think in the freshman picture, I think I had 3 on, but Coach Hall probably came out of nowhere and was like, nah, that's that.
He did it all.
He wasn't even coaching in the program then.
He did it all the 3s. So I had number 11. But my practice jersey was like 41 or something.
That's fire, though.
I like 11.
I like 11.
11 straight.
Yeah, I wore 11 1 year.
Yeah, 11 straight. But, yeah, man, the fall is here officially. You know what that means, right? Y'all know what that means?
What's that mean?
Ashy and crack lip season is back. All right, so y'all, Andrew, get this. All right, I don't have the best example right now. Y'all got to get some lotion in, right, especially right here. All right, this crevice right here, you got to get lotion there. You got to get lotion here. The elbows. All right, I can cover my ankles because it's jogger season. All right, so that's the good news.
Sure.
And shout out to clockandapparel.com. We got some. Hey man, Andrew got the joggers on, man. Yeah, we got joggers, man. We got crew neck hoodies. We got
long sleeves,
or crew neck sweatshirts. I have to say hoodies, long sleeves. Yeah, man, we'll take care of you. We got the dad hats.
Cop up.
You know what I'm saying? It's getting cold outside, but yeah, just wanted to throw that out there, man. Put some Carmex.
Fall really reveals if you can dress or not. In my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's easy in the summer, throwing a tee, some shorts, some kicks, but fall, you really see if someone's in their bag.
Especially as like when you're on your grown man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's streetwear and stuff that like can test how fashionable you are. So not to take anything away, but yeah, that tests your grown man fashion and grown woman fashion.
Yeah.
All right.
That blazer with the tee under.
I did that a couple times.
Okay.
Back when we was in the office.
You had some jeans?
I had some jeans and I had the Nike Kill Shot joints.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. I'm not there yet. I'm still in the entry level role. you an AE and all that, so you know what I'm saying. But
yeah, I felt
give me a couple years.
Yeah. You'll be there. You'll be there.
Give me a couple years. Would you ever wear like those hats that like Cam Newton wears? I don't know what to call them, but I feel like I might pull that off one day, dog.
I would.
Yeah.
Which one? The Kango joint?
Not a yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
The Neo hat, like the joint Neo wears.
Yeah, like a Neo.
I was joking. So Aaliyah and I were at H&M yesterday, and I was joking about putting that joint on and wearing it. Because
you got the Chelsea boots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got.
You can pull it off. It's got to be a certain occasion for it.
That's what it's about. What you wear with it and where you're going.
Yeah.
Because if I pull up like here with that joint, y'all gonna look at me like
right. Maybe like a brunch. Like I'll pull that out to like a brunch.
It has to
Sunday
be
brunch.
It has to be very like. You have to have for me like a hipster style outfit versus like I wouldn't wear it with a flannel. Like that's not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not me. I'll get into what I saw last night at an event that I attended, but that's not really me. So I feel like you gotta have like a white tee with like the not corduroy.
I'm looking at Cam Newton hats.
You know the pants they're like dress pants, but they have like a checkered pattern, like flannel pattern.
Like this is cold, Nico. Like I could see you wear, or even Andrew.
Yeah, like Andrew, like the tucked in shirt with like, you know what I'm saying, like
I'm not in that tax bracket.
I feel you, but
yeah, those type of pants. Yeah,
Andrew
exactly.
could definitely pull
exactly.
that. The tucked in joint.
Yeah. That's you. That's you. That's you.
He about to pull that out next week.
Yeah, you could definitely finesse that. You got to have the right build for that, though. Like Nico, you could finesse it.
You
Andrew
gotta
could
have the
finesse
right
it.
bank account, bro. Like, wear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Not
right.
really. I mean, you could put. No, you go to Forever 21 and get something that looks like that. For real, Asian.
But you look apart.
Yeah.
And you don't really. That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Like you. Yeah. It's like, why is you dressing like that?
You know what I mean?
You know.
What does this guy? What does this guy do?
Yeah.
Wise guy.
But you're in the entertainment, industry. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm
So
lying. I could wear slides every day.
I feel you.
Feel
I
that.
feel you. But yeah, man.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You
My girlfriend Aaliyah
different
is she's mixed. She's from the country originally, and she likes country music, right? So this weekend is like one of our last free weekends. She has a 2-year-old, and it's going to be tougher to get out and do stuff. So interestingly enough, it was my idea because I'm looking at stuff we can do.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I'm Googling a bunch of stuff, like what's going on this weekend. And there's a lot of stuff in D.C. going on, and I'm not really trying to deal with getting COVID tested. I mean, I'm not vaccinated.
Your choice.
Don't, you can call the police if you want. I don't really care. But I'm not vaccinated. If you are, that's cool. It's my choice to not get vaccinated. And you pretty much either have to be vaccinated or you have to get a COVID test, a negative COVID test.
In D.C.?
Most venues in D.C. now. You either have to be vaccinated or show a negative test within the last 72 hours, right? I just wasn't trying to deal with all that. So I'm like, what's going on in Virginia? So I typed in Jiffy Lube Live, which has concerts all summer. And I see that there's one this weekend. I'm like, hey, these guys? She's like, yeah. I'm like, would you want to go? She's like, yeah, that'd be cool. Now she likes all types of music, so she's one of the only people I know who will listen to hood rap and country on the same car ride. I don't really get it, but
versatility.
Yeah, I respect it, man. I respect it. So I get tickets, and I wasn't really thinking about the times we're in right now.
Who's the artist?
Brooks and Dunn. It's like an old.
That was a good time to use it, I think. Right, E? That was good.
Brooks and Dunn. They're like.
Every time you say Brooks and Dunn, I'm playing.
First of all, that sounds like a shoe brand, like a dress shoe brand.
That sounds like old white country. Seals and Croft.
I don't know.
It sounds like a law firm.
I was gonna say it sounds like
LLP right
yeah, it sounds like a law firm.
So I don't know these guys. I mean, I know 3.5 country artists ever. So I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it'll be a good time. I told her I would go to one.
Hootie, Conway Twitty,
Tim McGraw, Darius
Toby
Rucker,
Keith,
Toby Keith. That's 3.
Blake Shelton.
Okay,
the Dixie Chicks.
Lil Nas X.
He ain't no freaking country artist, dog.
That's country appropriation, brother.
That's reverse culture vulture.
There's a black dude that's kind of
Darius Rucker.
Nah. He looked like Mahomes for real.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Something? No, never mind.
Shania Twain.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Shania Twain is?
She's country. Don't impress me much. That's her song.
Yeah, she's country.
Don't impress me much.
Yeah, she's definitely
what
country.
What about the one I drove my key into the side of his That joint is fine.
I like the
they be telling some stories.
Yeah, they do, bro.
Country's not bad though.
For real.
Yeah,
so country's not bad. It's good music.
Yeah, so I told her I would go to one eventually. So I'm like, I might as well just get it out the way.
Just get it out the way.
Bro, I pull up to that joint, and I'll say this. Aaliyah has risked my life 2 times at this point. First time was when she had me kayaking in the Pacific Ocean.
All Caucasian activities.
Yeah.
Has risked life. Is that safe to say?
Yeah. So kayaking in the Pacific Ocean, where I almost got attacked by a seal and drowned.
Yeah.
The second was this country concert. All right. We get out the car, and bro, it was. Now look, I don't get into the political stuff, man. If you like Trump, that's on you. You know, whatever, man. It was MAGA. It was MAGAville, bro.
Visibly, it was.
They weren't wearing like. I mean, they weren't like. They didn't. I mean, there were some MAGA hats, but when I tell you, because I went to Ferrum, right? Ferrum, Virginia is Moonshineville, USA. Like it's a country place.
Yeah.
Right, but there is some separation between the campus and the town life.
I remember when we first took you there. Sign that says, "Welcome to Ferrum College." Dog, the campus was another 20 miles.
It was 10. Yeah, it was like 30. It was another 25 minutes.
I'm like, oh yeah, like we're here. Like, dope. 30 minutes later,
we pull up.
I'm like, yo, what is going on? I was scared for your life, though. I can't even.
I was scared a couple times. So my experience at Ferrum, I really learned that like most of the people down there are actually really nice people. They just want to, live life and honor their heritage. And I'm not talking about like the Confederate flag, like displaying people, just like rural white people. Yeah, like they were polite, they were cool. I mean, what they said after the fact and what they said when they weren't around black people, I don't know. But to me, they never really showed any racism or whatever. So I wasn't like concerned, but bro, it was 3 of us out there, like black people.
I was gonna say, did you at least like?
Oh yeah, it was yeah. I do a brother head nod with the fist. Usually I just throw the brother head nod, which is the up. All right, the up head nod is a brother head nod.
Yeah.
The down head nod is
you walk
by and they make eye contact. All right, I acknowledge you. I can tell you don't want to say anything, so I'm just gonna hit you with the down head nod.
Yeah.
I gave the brother head nod, the fist, and the Wakanda. I had to throw 3 of them things up there, okay? I had to throw 3 of them things.
Were you bopping to it at least, to the music?
A little bit. I didn't know any. So there's like, out here, at the end of the night at some like spots out here, they'll play like country music to like close the night or whatever. So I mean, I've heard some songs do movies and TV shows. I just don't know the artist, but I didn't really know any of these joints for real. But it was rocking though.
Oh, I bet.
That joint was crazy. And like you said, like country, I could see if I was from the country, I would understand why they love that music because they literally just tell stories about like their life.
Yeah.
I woke up, had my good old dog on the porch, drank some tea, went down to the country store. And got me some beats. Yeah. That's how. Got my guy in my pickup truck. Drove past the Jacksons and said, "Oh hi," and then I walked down the railroad, and then I said goodbye. Y'all get what I'm trying to say though.
I'm about to make a music video.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. That's the first thing I was like, yo, what you about to wear?
I had to fit in a little bit. I do on the flannel like a dark green and black flannel, so it wasn't like the white and red. Like, it was swagged out.
The hat to match
with the white tee, with the opened up with the white tee, a San Diego Padres hat. I had on some khakis, some slim fit khakis. I had on, I don't know the right term. These boots, they're not like cowboy boots. They're like, they're like high top dress boots. The joints that have like the pattern.
Fall. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have
fall
like
casual joints.
Fall casual boots.
I think I got kind of.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe them. Yeah, I mean, I looked.
Like some Doc Martens or something like that.
Nah, it was like.
Heck no.
What's wrong with the Docs, man?
Big thing about dress boots.
The Docs I'm thinking of are like the
He would've
super
stuck
hip.
with the Docs.
Yeah, the super hipster joints.
Yeah, nah.
That like teenage.
I was about to just wear some Chucks. I looked like I was from the West Coast, for real, for real.
What part of the West Coast you from?
You know, I would have been from South Central. But it was. I mean, being around drunk people like that, you know, people wild out.
And you weren't drinking, so.
Nah, I didn't drink, bro. This is the last thing I'll say, right? I pull up to the concession stand, right? Because they wouldn't let me in with my water jug, so it's hot, like I'm thirsty, bro. So I go up to the concession stand. I'm like, y'all got water? They're like, we had canned water. That was already a red flag. I'm like, canned water. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get 2 of them joints. It's a can, dog. It's a white can, has like a gold top, and it says Liquid Death. So I'm looking at this joint. I'm like, yo, is this water? And it was like mountain water from the Alps.
Wow.
And I'm like, I crack it open, and I'm like really looking at, like, I'm looking for some proof in this joint. Like, yo, there's some percentage of alcohol. There wasn't any.
I've never heard of that.
It tasted just like, I don't know.
Like carbonated?
Nah, it was just like regular water, bro. It's called Liquid Death.
Like scam.
So the death was like death to plastic bottles. It was like, if you read the description, it was like some like environmentally friendly. It's like
branding wise, it's not like for water.
It had like a skull on it.
Yeah.
But soda cans come bundled together in plastic.
I don't know, bro. It was wild. Liquid Death water.
But yeah,
I felt like I was sinning. I felt like I was sinning by drinking that joint.
If I hear Liquid Death,
I felt like I was sinning, bro, by drinking that joint.
I'm thinking that's about to be like some Everclear.
151 or Everclear.
Yeah,
it's gotta be
like because that Everclear is Liquid Death.
Yeah, it's like 98% alcohol.
Ridiculous.
It was. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best tasting water, but it got the job done.
Was it better than the Dasani water?
Dasani is the worst water.
That's bottom tier water.
Yeah, it's the worst water.
Taste wise, I mean, it just tasted like it did taste like, I would imagine if you were to get water off of a mountain, like a waterfall, like that's just probably how it would taste.
The water in Holes though, that water was tough. Yeah, I remember that movie Holes.
Hose water is definitely
No, Holes.
The movie Holes when
he went up to the mountain.
That's probably what that is.
Yeah.
You never seen Holes?
Come on, maybe
you didn't read the book?
Did you read the book?
Dog.
That was kind of before.
Yeah,
that was after your time.
We were kids when
that was after time. That was after your time.
Yeah. You were in high school, so you probably weren't rocking.
Yeah, he graduated 03. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dog. Anything with Shia LaBeouf, I didn't see till like Transformers.
Yeah,
you didn't see. You didn't watch. Yeah, that makes sense. All right,
yeah, that makes sense.
Nah, he got one movie when he like was on house arrest. I forgot what it's called.
But he's talking about like Even Stevens. He wasn't rocking Even Stevens.
If he was a child, I didn't see him as a kid.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Well, that all to say, it was an interesting experience.
Did Aaliyah enjoy it?
No, she had a good time. She knew all the words and stuff. I was surprised.
Sometimes you just gotta take one for the team.
Yeah, I took one for the team. It wasn't that bad. It was just like, we left a little early though. You better believe that. I wasn't about to get nah.
I'm sure that traffic would have been stupid too.
Yeah, it was, but it was solid, man.
Clock in family, Aham here. Appreciate you all for making it this far into the episode. If you enjoy our content, we've got something special for you. Check out patreon.com/clockin or download the Patreon app that's spelled Patreon and search Clock In the Podcast. You'll have a chance to become a subscriber of the podcast for access to bonus episodes, merchandise discounts, and much more, only at $5.10 a month. The link is also in the podcast description. All right, I'll shut up now and let y'all get back to it. Peace.
We gotta hear about your night though.
Yeah, so shout out to my best friend Rod McKenzie and his girlfriend Alexis. Celebrated her birthday.
29?
Yeah, Rod was 29. Alexis Alexis was 29 too, I believe. Yeah, you know, stepped out with him, went to Arlington, had a, you know, good night. But, so, obviously, man, I'm chilling, right? Like, I'm not on that wave. Shout out to Jessica, my girlfriend. So I'm cooling. I'm at the bar, you know, I got drink in my hand, I'm posted up. Young lady approaches me, and it's like...
You called her a young lady.
Yeah. You know, that when you're a little older and
you can say
and
that.
you got a girl, you're good.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta call her young lady. Yeah,
young lady. Yeah, she approaches me and is like you look like you want to buy me a shot, and I'm like, I got my drink, and I'm like, excuse me, and she's like, yeah, you look like you want to buy me a shot. I'm like, what makes you think that? And she's like, you just look like it, and I'm like, look, with all due respect, young lady, like you can't. That doesn't work on me. I'm sorry. Like at least like introduce yourself. Like what's your name? And then obviously I'm still not gonna buy you a shot, but I'm just thinking like, yo, the gall that you had to just approach someone and it probably works. That's the thing. Like I blame us as men because it's worked before.
Yeah, it is on us.
Like, nah, dog, that doesn't fly with me. You gotta at least, hey, my name is blah blah blah. Like, you look good tonight. You trying to buy me a shot? Like, I would respect that way more than you just coming up like, yo, buy me a shot.
You know what would work even more? That would really like make you seem different. Hey, you look like I think you're attractive. Can I get you a shot? Like you're allowed to do that as a woman. You guys realize that, right?
It's happened to me before.
Yeah, it's happened to me in the past too. A long time ago.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, like that's refreshing. Preface with a long time ago. But yeah, it's like, who do these joints think they are?
But they want to be independent too, or they claim that they're independent.
You gotta let brothers be brothers, man.
Yeah, I'm just like.
That's what I heard. Shoot or shoot. She shooting.
Well, she.
That's not a shot. Nah, that's not a shot. That's
she was way off.
That's and from what I remember, she didn't say want. Didn't she say need? Did you say it looks like you need to buy me a shot? Or
something like that. I don't really
either
remember.
way, that's coming off as like a demand to me.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that's more of a demand.
Yeah, I felt like disrespected though. I was like kind of sick the rest of the night.
Oh, I would have been disrespected too.
Yeah, it feels.
But then I'm clocking her. Yeah, and I kind of clocked her after that just to see what she was on, and she definitely did that to like 7 other guys. And I'm just like, yeah, this is why I need to stay my butt home.
Yeah, this
y'all are different these days.
Yeah, bro,
for real.
I would have been like, I mean, can you not afford to get your own shot? Like, what? Why are you asking me?
I think I said that. I was like, oh, you look like you got it. Like, you buy yourself a shot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
can you not? I mean, if you need help, you can go in the bathroom and ask for tips. You can help, spray hand sanitizer.
Who are you?
And soap, and you can give the girls lotion in the bathroom like the guys do to get money. If you can't afford it, that's just me being like turning it back and being a jerk on her, to her. But yeah, it's like,
I hope that doesn't work on.
It has though. I mean,
I hope it doesn't.
I mean, guys,
we gotta be better than that.
But, I mean, guys have said some wild stuff that's worked too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
for sure. I mean, it goes
y'all like women. Y'all have to also hold your ground. I don't care how good looking they are. If somebody says something wild like that, like as a man, I would even like as a man if you do that. If you do, and I've said this like in the early episodes back when I was single. One, I'm too cheap for that when it comes to certain stuff, and two, what sense does it make to buy a woman who you don't know and like spend money on her? You don't know her.
It's actually wild.
And your hope is that she's gonna come home with you, or at least you get her number. And there's no guarantee of that, right? So, fellas, back in my day, if I was going to buy a girl a drink, I would have at least had a little bit of conversation to see, do I even like this? Do I even like her?
Yeah.
And then I'm probably, and it depends on the situation. I probably wouldn't even have got her number. I mean, paid for a drink until I got her number at least.
The game, yes, it's different.
I'm not out here buying these joints drinks.
It's different.
I'd rather buy my boys drinks.
Huh?
Y'all don't want to be in the streets.
No. I mean, we talked about it with Del Curry and them. Like, nah, these joints different.
Nah, bro. The audacity. But anyways, this is something that just came to my mind. I did want to bring this up, and this person may listen to the pod, and it's no disrespect, but someone who we all know, I'm not going to bring up the person's name, was like, you're nicer than I thought. I low-key thought you're like an uppity black privileged boy. I'm like,
wait, yeah, just to go off that, I told the girl my name, and she was like, oh, that's a white name. Immediately, like, that's what triggered it. I forgot about that. And I'm like,
but she told the same girl?
Yes.
She's just assuming everything about
Yeah, I'm like, I wanted to like go off on her. But she's like, yeah, that's a white name. And I'm just like,
I'm gonna be honest, man.
Like, you have a good night.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of
her name was like Monica or something.
It sounds like something a Monica would do. A lot of women flirt by like,
it's childish.
By like insulting.
Yeah,
you.
That's like second grade.
Yeah, it still happens.
Like what?
It still happens. It's like,
no, that's every woman in New York City, bro. Insults you.
Well, New York City jokes are different.
Yeah, they're a little rough around the edges.
I could never.
They'll call you the N word.
I could never
cuss you out.
You would have bought her a drink.
She would have bogarted me. She would have bogarted me. But sorry, I just thought about that she said that. And I'm just like, all right, like, you need to go. I literally was like,
you need to leave.
Like, you have a nice night. Like, nah.
Like, y'all understand.
And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like,
y'all understand that, like, you need people with a real, like, confident, guy who has the stuff together.
You probably got a boyfriend.
You actually need people skills. Like, you need people skills. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. Like, you need people skills. Like, who and that speaks to what I was going to talk about.
These joints don't have to have people skills because dudes are liking their posts
in their DMs.
Yeah,
y'all slice these joints' heads to the point where they think they can just do and say whatever. Nah,
that fake confidence, which we talked about.
It's not. Anyways, like we've talked about this, quite a bit, man. We, Austin and I and my brothers and my little sister, like, we come from a 2-parent home, middle class, like, lived in the cul-de-sac. But that doesn't mean that we were privileged. Like, the fact that, like, being in a 2-parent home, and because you know how to articulate yourself, the fact that makes a black person come off as privileged.
The fact that your name isn't something that was just made up on the fly.
Yeah, and and I'm not disrespecting that.
No, but it is
But my mom named us our names for a reason. She named us names that had meaning and that, just keeping it a buck. And if you were to see our resume, you wouldn't know which race we are, right? And we've never tried to be anything than who we are. And that's the thing. Like, I'm proud that I, am educated and know how to articulate and, know how to put words together, right? That should be normal, right? Like, in the black community, the fact that it's seen we're seen as privileged because
uppity or
because we didn't have to deal with certain, and I will say it to me, the privilege was that we had 2 God-fearing, praying parents that set the example and treat and set us up to know how to approach this world. And we're not perfect, but That's the privilege. We're blessed, and I said this in the past about like the whole white privilege thing. There are different things that people are have certain blessings that others don't because of their situation. But everybody still has to clock in. Everybody still has to go get it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta like. I'm not gonna harp on it.
This is a white.
Nah, she was mixed. And that's the thing. A lot of times it comes from non-black people.
Is there mixed privilege?
Yeah.
For sure.
Because you could play either side whenever you want. There's a movie coming out about that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
two black girls and one of them passed for white.
It's a little different.
I'm not gonna say it's privilege,
but at the same time, when you are like sometimes this side of you doesn't accept you,
yeah,
and sometimes the other side of
you could argue,
yeah,
sure.
You could argue it's tougher.
I get that too. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
a
privilege thing.
I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't, what is it?
Right.
There's
that's
I don't like the word privilege when it comes to that stuff. I just don't. I think there's certain blessings and there's certain challenges depending on your situation, right? Right now as a dark skinned man, I have certain to me right now blessings that come with being a dark skinned man because of all this hoopla about Black Lives Matter and all that other stuff.
Shout out to the DSA.
We forgot to say this podcast is unofficially sponsored by the Dark Skin Society chapter of Northern Virginia.
Clock in.
Andrew's here.
Clock in.
Andrew's co-vice chairman of the committee.
We need to have
we have a meeting soon.
Yeah, we need a board meeting soon.
What's your schedule like this weekend?
Yeah. You gotta go ahead and edit that one out.
Hey, look,
but yeah, we gotta get better at that, man.
Yeah, that's frustrating. And I literally just thought about that. I'm like, she really said my name was like that's a white person's name. And I'm like, first of all, you're white and you're saying that to a black person. Like,
yeah, it's wild. It's wild, bro. Like,
and I bet you she probably posted a black box.
Yeah,
she probably was on that Black Lives Matter movement.
I got black friends too.
Like, come on, man. Yeah, it's all. I was listening to that song Kendrick. What's his name? Keem.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, and Kendrick, he was flowing on that joint. Basically, just saying like these overnight freaking socialists and
social activists.
Sorry, it's just
some of them are that too. Some of them are socialists too.
Right. It's we got to do better, man. And it starts within. It starts in your network. That's the only way we're gonna see real change when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, we all judge. We all have our prejudgments. Like, I do it. We all do it. Not to act like, I'm holier than thou, but I just deal with, I've heard that a lot. I've dealt with it a lot where, there isn't one way to be black. Like, we're the only race that, like, I see, like, actually do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, white people.
There's so many, like, we had a black president.
He was actually half black, half white. If we're gonna go down that.
If we want to go down that.
That's another thing that I don't like. It's like, why? Like, I don't know.
Kamala Harris is half. Kamala Harris is more Indian than she is black.
Yeah.
Like,
but her name's Kamala, so and her last name's Harris.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, man.
Hey guys, thanks for clocking in with us and making it this far into the episode. We want to continue these episodes for as long as possible, but we might need your help. If you click on the description on each episode, you'll find a link that reads support this podcast. If you enjoy keeping up with us, click on that link and you can make a monthly donation. All right, you guys hear enough of me talking anyways, so let's get back into the episode.
Anyways, let's get into the main topic for today, and it's the power of your words. I do want to plug my dad real quick. one Rock Christ Fellowship Church. That's where we're recording. And one of his first podcast episodes was an episode called Words Matter, right? You all heard me talk last week about a kid who's in one of our basketball classes. He's 12. The kid, he's a difficult kid to deal with. Thinks he knows it all. Kind of goes through the motions when it comes to drills. He just has a mouth, and he isn't. Not that anyone's ever good enough to act this way, but he really isn't that good yet. He has some potential if he really focuses, but he's not that good yet.
Which is why it makes it so frustrating.
Right.
Because it's like, you get a certain pass if you're a freaking stud. You can deal with certain stuff, but it's like, dog, you're not very good. Like, why are you acting this way?
Yeah. Yeah, and we have classes on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I ran the Wednesday class this week. And I pushed him. Like, I pushed him really hard. Like, and he had a better day than he did last week. Afterwards, he asked me about helping him with conditioning again, and I'm like, one, I don't have the time, and two, that's something you can do on your own. Like, you don't need me for that. You have an older brother who's a senior in high school. Like, work out with him or find a way to,
And I wouldn't even say you don't have the time. It's just, again, first impressions matter, man.
It does.
Why would I help someone out who doesn't want to receive the coaching?
I think that's a lesson in itself too. Like, you don't always have to go out and seek help yourself.
Yeah.
Seek help from others. Like, go do it. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Just I don't need to hold your hand.
Right.
Go do it. So I think that's a kind of valuable lesson.
Conditioning. He said he wants conditioning. Hey, man, run. Run.
Well, you know what it is, and this is a great point, Nico. I'm glad you brought that up. He wants somebody. And this is most people. They really don't want help. They want somebody there to hold them accountable and push them when they want to give up. Because I know this kid. When I work out with him, when he gets tired, he just gets sloppy, right? When he works out on his own, when he starts breathing a little bit hard, he's gonna stop. And that's what a lot of people want. They don't need necessarily all the instructions and guidance. They just need someone there to push them. Yeah. And I get it. Like, you have a spotter for a reason when you lift, right? When things get hard, when you're lifting on your own, you're gonna try to protect yourself. And you're like, I'm not gonna do this rep. The bench bar may land on my chest, and I might be stuck. But for him, he just has to get to the point where he can just do it on his own, right?
Sorry to cut you off, but especially now, I like working out by myself because it's literally like you against you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done that for years now, but I don't know. I get satisfaction in like winning those little battles.
Yeah, for
sure.
You know
what I
man.
mean? Like, if I'm on the treadmill and it's like literally it's just me. Like, I don't have to do that last rep.
Nope.
I don't.
And no one else is watching.
No one's watching. It's literally me. But like, by overcoming that, again, overcoming yourself and that doubt in your mind, you overcome that, man, that you talk about building true confidence. That does so much for your freaking confidence, man.
That's it.
So I challenge people, like, sometimes you have to win. You got to win that fight or that battle between yourself. And when you do, man, sky's the limit, because you build that momentum to say, man, I did that on my own. I don't need Coach Marshall to hold my hand to say, hey, this is what you need to do. Nah, like, I know the blueprint. It's really not hard, guys. We make stuff so much more complicated than it has to be. But the hardest part is you actually sitting down and doing the work and looking in the mirror. Like, I know, hey, if I need to work on my conditioning, I need to just freaking run.
Yeah, that's part of it.
I need to run. But I got to win that battle mentally to say, hey, I can overcome this. And once I do, I'm gonna build that confidence and get to where I want to get to.
Exactly. You all know, or at least you should know, how many reps, how long I'm going to do a certain exercise. Like, you should go into the workout with that type of plan. You know when you don't do those reps, or when you cut that time
and
short.
It sucks, yo. It's a terrible feeling, like, to know, dang man, I didn't finish the workout.
But the thing is, you do that repeatedly, and then it becomes a habit, and you start to justify.
Yep.
Man, I know I was going to run for 45 minutes. I got work to do when I get back to the office, so let me just cut it 10 minutes because I don't want to be late to do that. That task.
It's a domino effect.
But going back to the story, right? The kid afterwards ends up just randomly saying, "My dad doesn't believe in me."
I could have, and that doesn't surprise me when you told me that, because kids like that, people like that, to me, screams insecurity. Like, you don't just act that way just because. No, something's going on, whether it's at home or whether that's, mentally within yourself.
Kids who are bullies, they typically have the worst home life.
Yeah.
Right? So this kid, again, he's very, very cocky, very, very arrogant. And he has to convince himself to believe in himself because his parents and his brother don't believe in him. Right? But there's two things I want to say. Number one, what did you do prior to this point to make them believe you? Right? What do I mean by that? Are you working on your game? Are you doing your conditioning? Are you watching basketball? Because I tell you what, I bet you if this kid starts running miles every day, working on his game, they may not believe he'll be a pro, but they'll be like, okay, this kid, all right, he's committed.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of y'all get frustrated when people don't believe in your dreams. I'm about to start this new business. I don't have any support. I want to go to law school, or I want to do this. I want to leave college to pursue a music career. Well, are you clocking in so people believe that you're going to do what you have to do to win? You know
What's your track record?
Exactly. Y'all stop getting frustrated.
What's your track record?
Or some of y'all put work in, but you're not an executor. Like, you haven't executed.
Most people need a cosign before they believe in you.
We on our rustle, our grind, and our hustle.
And you're not. Exactly. So, you can't get you can't get too frustrated when people don't believe you. I'm all about proving people wrong. But as I've gotten older, I'm more about proving yourself right, which is what you were talking about.
Yep.
Right? Because proving other people wrong, that motivation and that feeling, even when you do it, only lasts so long.
It's temporary.
And it's fleeting. And when you prove that person or those people wrong, what's going to keep you locked in? What's going to keep you going? So that's one thing I told him. And the second thing is, this is from the other end of the spectrum, right? Because I was hard on this kid, and I should have been. But one of the things I will knock myself on is, you got to get to know people's story and really get to know them before you start making judgments, right? I could have just said, man, this kid's a jerk, and I don't want anything to do with him, right? What I told him, I said, look, man, I will believe in you if you believe in you, and believing in you is by doing the work, right? You have a lot of time. You're 12. You have 5 years to position yourself to, be a college player, right? But you have to change. Like, you have to change mentally, physically. Like, you have to change. And if you're locked in with yourself, I will lock in with you, and I will do whatever I can to do to help you.
Yeah.
But if you're not, I'm not wasting my time. And I said, look, here's the thing, man. This is a life thing. Let's say you go all out for the next 5 years and you don't make it to your goal. You will feel 100 times better about yourself than if you quit now because your dad and your brother and your mom don't believe in you. So this is about your own self-esteem and self-confidence, like your long-term self-esteem and self-confidence.
You gotta. To me, it comes down to like, do you really want this? Like, you have to have that conversation with yourself. Is this what I want? And if you answer yes, then you have to put the work in. You have to understand this crap isn't going to be easy. It's going to require sacrifice. People aren't going to understand why you're doing it.
Yep.
And you have to realize, that's okay. But I know deep down inside, this is something that I want, so I'm gonna chase it. I'm gonna go for it. But I don't think people really have that conversation. Like, you have a dream or something, and Kobe said it in an interview that I was hearing one time. When I was waking up at 4 a.m. and then back at it at 12 and then back at it at night, that's the dream.
Yep.
Yeah, the dream is the process.
That's the dream.
Exactly.
Like we have dreams to get somewhere with this podcast or the goods. The dream is after work when I got to go train 4 or 5 kids and I'm tired and I don't want to do it, but I have to do it because I made a commitment. That's the freaking dream.
That's the dream. It
the
isn't
dream,
the money.
The dream isn't like, oh man, I wake up, I got this money, I can buy a car, I can do. No, like, dreams are hard. I don't know if people realize that crap.
Bro, dreams. Pursuing your dreams is the hardest thing.
What
that you
do you have?
If it's worth
hold
it.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all this.
Hard, it ain't realistic.
Let me ask y'all this. The dreams that y'all have, are they more times bad or good dreams? They're usually bad dreams.
Yeah, I have more.
You don't have
more nightmares on myself.
Yeah, like,
or things that like. I hope that doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
Than rainbows and sunshine.
Exactly, but the analogy, in its simplest form is, dreams they're not all freaking roses and sunshine. Like, it's struggle. It's sacrifice. It's work.
Struggle, victory. It's a continuing process of
like
struggle. Victory.
And we need to be honest with, when we tell these kids, man, you got a dream, chase it. But no, you gotta give them that real spill. Like, a dream it's not easy, dog. Like, you can't tell me all these athletes or musicians that got to a point they said they dreamed it. Nah, they worked it. They worked it. They worked it.
They clocked it.
So
timing. I did want to bring up something, and it's actually a good segue. So this kid's parents are foreign, right? Like, not from the United States. And, Katie and Andrew, I don't know if you guys have dealt with this, but oftentimes I've seen foreign parents have a certain expectation for their kids. And if they don't go a certain route, or if they choose a different route, they think their kids are wasting their time.
Yeah, I would say, Andrew, you could probably, especially in the African community, like, hit the books, get your education, like other side
Asian
passions.
community. I'd say Asian community.
They don't really.
The Indian community.
Yeah. Even Hispanic community. A lot of times it's. I've seen it's like, it's usually one either they're like, well, like, you just need to work. Like, I don't really care about school, or it's like, you need to go to school so you don't have to work like we're working. I see both sides.
They went through way more than they'll share with their kids to bring them to that point where they can excel and have it better than they did.
Yeah, no, I feel it, but oftentimes what ends up happening is when their kid has a dream to do something that is not in that lane, they will shut it down. So how do you?
Dreams are never gonna fit within your parents' scope. Like, it's always gonna be something outlandish. It's gonna be something like they could have never thought. Like, my dad probably never would have thought his son would be able to produce for I know all these people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that might be outside of his realm of what he thought for me.
But some cultures are more discouraging of their kid than others, right? Or certain families may be more discouraging. So what I was going to say is, like, as the adults, how do you challenge a kid like that to be better without while building him up, right? Like building him up, but also challenging him. Like, because I'm not gonna coddle this kid and say, "Look, man, like you can do it." I don't know if you can do it, because I can't make that choice for you. But I also want to challenge him to do everything he can do to get to that goal. So how do you what's the balance of like, all right, I'm gonna challenge this kid, but I'm also not gonna tear him down.
Yeah, I mean you got to be realistic. You got to be realistic and say, hey man, I don't know if that's the right path for you. Which is why I'm giving you this feedback and I'm saying these type of things. But I know for me, man, at the end of the day, and I pray that I will have the same energy as I raise kids, but dog, you're not me.
That's a fact.
You're not me. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
You're going into the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. You grew up different. You're exposed to different things than I was. So, you have to decide what you want to do. I'll be there to support you. I'll be there to push you if needed. But at the end of the day, you're not Austin. you're not who I tried to become as a man. So, I mean, for me, it's like why would I push that to someone who's not me, who's not going through the same things that I went through, or vice versa.
But if you really love something, does it matter if you make it to the NBA or NFL?
And I was gonna say that.
If you really love it,
yeah,
do it.
Yeah, and I asked him. I said, "Well, what's your goal with basketball?" And he's like, "Well, I want to play. I think I want to play in college." He said, "I think." He doesn't really know what his goal is. So that's the first.
He shouldn't. He's freaking 12.
No, not necessarily. I know people whose goal was to.
You know what you like, but
it's not
concrete yet.
It's not a knock that he doesn't know, but I wanted to know. I wasn't saying it to prove a point. I genuinely wanted to know what is your goal? Because if he said go to the NBA, I'm gonna be like, dude.
Well, the reason why I say that,
I don't think you should ever tell someone that they can't do something.
Yeah,
nah.
You know what
I'm just saying.
Shaq wanted to be a horse jockey. I don't think anybody should have been like,
right.
Bro, no, you're too big.
I'm only saying he doesn't have to know because, again, I don't think kids really know the avenues that a sport can take you down, right? Dog, everyone wants to freaking play college or play in the NBA.
That's when you got to break down
the
numbers.
Yeah, but
dog, there's only 400 people.
Right, but if I say, look, man, if you play basketball in college, right? Think about all the other opportunities that is provided for me or you.
Yeah.
Breaking it down that way to say, yo, if you have a college basketball, if you're a student athlete, you put that on your resume, other things are going to open up for you.
How can this goal help my other goals?
Yeah, so breaking it down that way.
Working the business side up.
And I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Be an equipment manager.
Yeah.
Be a whatever.
You can learn to. If you love it, you can find ways to stay around.
Exactly.
Whether you're playing or not.
If you are decent, they'll let the manager play.
Yeah.
Come on, practice with us.
If you're around enough, people will ask you what do you do? They'll come to you because they see you all the time. They'll be like, yo, he knows the game inside out. He's been around forever. He has the experience.
Yeah.
But you gotta give him the constructive feedback.
Yeah.
Say, yo, you can't just do this sporadically, bro.
Right.
You gotta do this every single day. The people who are better than you, the masters, they don't fail a million times, man. They fail more than you tried.
There's a higher learning and thinking that you have to have when it comes to certain things like that. Again, I didn't know what I wanted to do with basketball at 12. I knew, the goal was to play high school, and college sounded great, but I didn't wholeheartedly know what that would bring. But I knew I loved it, so I was going to put the work in. and they cranking right now, which means we probably gotta get out of here.
Yeah. That's the Apollo Sandman.
Sandman sign.
Fact.
But no, we can talk about this for a while, but we don't have the time.
But I did want to say a couple things. On the receiving end of that, right? As a kid, you all don't have to necessarily receive everything that people tell you, right? Like, if I have a dream and I have a voice set to somebody, and someone, with the right heart says, I don't think that's the right avenue to go, you can respectfully disagree. To me, the way you disagree is by working. You don't even have to say, you're wrong. Nah, prove them wrong by your work ethic and your attitude. Execute. So you don't have to receive everything. And really, you shouldn't receive. You really need to be careful about what you receive and what, and what you allow to. And I'm not
about to
impact, your confidence. Because last thing I'll say on this point before you go, we talked about how words alone can't build your confidence. But if you can allow words to tear down your confidence,
no doubt,
right? So even though it shouldn't be the building block of your confidence, you also need to protect your confidence by not receiving certain things based on facts and based on who you are. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm not about to receive something from someone who hasn't reached a certain level of success.
Yeah, if I don't respect you in the game, I'm not taking confidence from you.
Yeah, like, yo, did you not make your high school team? Did you play in college?
Yeah, the loudest people when it comes to advice and criticism are the most unqualified people.
Yeah, like
that's a life lesson.
Like I look at dudes like Skip Bayless, and then that famous back and forth with Jalen Rose. It's like, whoa, didn't you average like 2.4 points a game? Didn't you play JV as a junior? Nah, like there's certain things that you can't speak to, dog. I know that's your job is to report on certain things, but nah,
you're not stamped, bro.
Nah, you're not. I'm sorry, dog. Just like if I were to come into your industry and try to do something, no, you're not qualified, champ.
Yeah. So guys, listen up, man. We talked a lot about dreams and how to, how to approach them. Here's what I will say: it's an analogy, right? Because there's this whole manifest results movement it's a facade, right? Guys, your dream and your vision, that's the vehicle, right? That's the car that's going to get you there. The action, that's the gas, right? I don't care how good your vision or your dream is in your mind. If you don't have gas, you're not freaking going anywhere.
Faith without works is death.
Exactly, man. And then the steering wheel.
That's not me. I can't take credit for that.
Yeah, that's
taught that one.
Yeah, man. And the steering wheel, that's the strategy. The strategy is going to steer you where you want to go, right? The wrong strategy will have you going down the wrong exit or going backwards. The right strategy, that's going to steer you the right way. So think about that. The dream is a vehicle, action is a gas, strategy is the steering wheel. Lastly, we do want to do Clock In MVP for September. We didn't do it last episode. The Clock In MVP goes to a fellow Herndon Hornet. Played baseball at Herndon. Actually ended up going to play baseball at JMU. Had an opportunity to actually get drafted out of high school. So we may get him on the pod, man, to share his story. But he's been clocked in with us for a while.
Listens to the pod.
He listens to the pod. He just got a new job. He actually does baseball training alongside of what he does with coaching and working his 9 to 5. And just a good dude, man. So the Clock In MVP for September goes to no other than Kai Perry. So shout out to my guy Kai, man. Again, really good dude, man. And he's clocked in for sure, man. So you'll see more to come with him. And y'all have a blessed week, man. You already know what to do. Clock in. Let's get it.
Peace.
Clock in. Clock in.
We on our rustle, our grind and our hustle.
But there are others, we're not really putting time in. We're not putting the work in. We're not clocking in.
Some of y'all needed to hear that gospel too. All right.
Shout out to Nip, man. What's good, Nip? Yes, sir. Episode 54. We just trying to bring the vibe to y'all, man. You know. We appreciate y'all. Clockingandprayer.com. Shop that merch.
Yes, sir.
You know, Patreon.
Shout out to Nick, man. Nick Stanford, man. He's our supplier, so he's the one producing all this great merch, man. So shout out to Nick. He has a new IG actually.
Yeah, it's called I_etched. ETCHED.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah, we here. Shout out to Russ,
KCQ,
Andrew.
the whole team, man. 54, we out of here.